everyone, my name is Katie and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something a little different and I'm so excited for it. I have been having a lot of fun watching these types of videos and now I'm so excited to be doing one of my own. And if you don't know, I have been really getting into bullet journaling lately, so this is going to be a plan with me for October. I can't wait. I have done a bunch of bullet journal clips in past vlogs. I'll leave some linked down below, but this is going to be my first ever dedicated plan with me, and because it is October, it is spooky season, and I did a Halloween themed bullet journal spread. I'm just so absolutely excited for this. So without further ado, let's just get on in to the planning. Alright, to start off, I'm just updating some of my yearly spreads, including my book tracker, tracking the number of books I've read every year, and then writing down the titles. And I hit my Goodreads goal of 100 books, so that's great. Also filling in my YouTube tracker. I tend to flip through a lot in the beginning, so this is my September TBR and new releases spread, and my days read spread, just filling in some of the stuff that I have. Flipping through a bunch of my pages because I just keep going back and forth between stuff. Especially right now, I'm trying to match the style that I wrote in my September TBR spread. It's kind of like this very up and down loopy kind of lettering, which I copied my friend Melissa. She sent me her September spread and I liked the way that she wrote September, so I copied her, which is basically how I learned all of my handwriting. Right now, I'm just writing in the titles of everything that I read in September, along with their star ratings. Learning how to draw these stars was a struggle, but I figured the best way for me is to do the 5-point star and then color it in right away instead of trying to outline it or anything like that, because then I'll never get the shape right. They still look a little funky right now, but you know what? You work with the talent that you're given. Now I'm just erasing some of the pencil that I used to make it, and I again flip back and forth to kind of see what I did in the beginning to try and make it fit with the theme, but a little bit different. Right now I'm drawing a little fox that I got inspiration for on Pinterest. I'll leave a link to my Pinterest board where I put a lot of the pins that inspire me for these spreads on there, so you can go see that if you would like. My September wrap-up theme is leaves and fall, since September is the time of year where the leaves are changing, so I just learned how to draw a bunch of different leaves. And I always like to sketch things in pencil before I outline them, otherwise I would mess up very badly because as you can see, I still had to erase a lot of the times. It's how you get better, you practice. So now I'm outlining everything in a InkJoy gel pen, which is also what I used to write in my books and the stars. And you do have to take a little bit of time with the InkJoy to let it dry before you erase with the eraser. And now I'm just using some good old Crayola pencils, colored pencils, to fill in. I love using colored pencils. It's so relaxing drawing with them. And I love what I did here is I kind of ombre'd the pencils, so I just took colors that were kind of close and blended them. I almost think of it like blending my eyeshadow, where I just tried to put them on top of each other in the little blended section, and it gave it more of like a natural progression. My color palette for this spread, as you can see, a lot of red, oranges, and yellows, very fall. Next, we're moving on to what I think turned out to be my favorite spread. I got this cardstock at Michael's, and at first I was going to buy construction paper for this, but I only wanted one page. I think construction paper would have worked a little bit better than the cardstock because it is a little bit thick, but I still like the way it came out. I just used a circular object to trace this circle. And now I'm drawing in some bats. So I used the Sakura Jelly Roll in white for the moon, and now I'm using the Sakura Jelly Roll metallic in silver for the bats. And I just think the silver looks so good on the black paper. And again, I just used Pinterest and found a very similar drawing and kind of copied from there, learning how to draw the bats. And again, I made them progressively smaller as I went down the page so that it gave the drawing a bit of depth. Look at me talking like I know artsy stuff. And just some block lettering that says spooky. Get spooky. And here I turned off my camera because it was dying, so while it was charging, I just outlined what I wanted to do. So this is basically just like the cover page for October. I drew a bunch of spooky drawings, and here I'm outlining it mostly in my Tombow brush pen, which I use for a lot. Anything that was going to be black, I colored in with the black pen. These drawings were so fun, and again, usually most of the time I find inspiration for the things that I want to draw just by looking on Pinterest and then kind of following what has been done. Another thing that I like to do is when a drawing is going to be in a particular color is I will outline it in the Inkjoy pen that most closely matches what I want to color it in as, and then color it in. I think it gives it a little bit of a different look than outlining with black for everything. Now here I'm just trying to be very, very careful when I erase because the Inkjoys can get smudged sometimes. And now I felt like there was a lot of blank space, so I just used some hearts and stars and other things to fill in some of the more white spaces to give the drawing a really full look. And this page is done now. I love how it came out. Alright, moving on. This is my October beginning of the month spread. Usually I will do on the left all the new releases that are coming out, and I will have a square and I will color it in that color when I get it, and then I have my TBR spread. On the top I did the lettering. I didn't get it on camera, but I really love this style where you take just in big print letters writing something and then using the Tombow to go over in cursive in smaller. I think it's really simple to do, but it looks very fancy. As you can see, there are a lot of new releases coming out in October, which my wallet is already crying, but I'm excited. And again, I also have a little bit of an ambitious TBR, so we'll see how that goes. Here I'm using my pencil sharpener to get a smaller circle. I don't know why I never realized this in the past. You can just use circular objects to use as a trace for a circle. It literally took me months into bullet journaling to come to this realization, which that's how you can tell that I'm not actually artsy because that is such a simple thing. Again, I just love the way this silver and black look together. That's my Sakura Jelly Roll silver pen. Again, I just found a bunch of spooky drawings that I liked on Pinterest and then outlined them in black, colored them in. My color scheme for these spreads was purple and green because I just think that they look very Octoberish together. but it wasn't orange because I had already done a bunch of oranges and yellows last month. This is my tracker for days read, audio, and physical. I got this idea from Chloe with Books with Chloe, and I love it to keep track of my reading. And it's so fun to watch these squares be filled in fast motion. Usually what I do when I do these is I do like using the ruler because I'm bad at drawing straight lines, even though you can just connect the dots, but you know what, I'm bad at it. Usually I'll just do the left border and the top border in pencil, so I have that as a guide, and then from there I can kind of go by eye. Now I'm just putting in some more spooky drawings. I really love these spider webs. They're really easy to do, but very fun. My cute little spiders hanging down. They almost look like a border on the page, which I really like. Some more spooky drawings. I love this little happy ghost guy. And here's the final flip through, my September wrap up, my October cover page. I just love the way that this came out. I love it so much. My October new releases and TBR spread. And finally my October tracker. And there you have it for now. That's my October plan with me. And there you have it. That is the end of my plan with me. This was honestly just so much fun to do. Please let me know down below if you would like to see more plan with me and bullet journal content from me in the future. Also, please make sure to go check out, I do have a reading bullet journal guide for newbies if you are interested in starting a bullet journal but don't know where to start. I put a bunch of resources in that video, so please go check that out. And until the next time, have some fun, read some books, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.